project. Don't mind the mess, because it's been the holidays and we gotta get the vehicles cleaned out, which I'm gonna do a little bit here shortly. Is to take this seat out of the Commander. There's always people asking about it. There's been rumors of a video, but nobody can find a video on it. I couldn't find a video on it, so I'm gonna make a video on it. Follow along. This is gonna be kind of a choppy video because I don't honestly know how to do it. I haven't looked at it before, but we're gonna figure it out. Alright, and just like that, the magic of video, part one's done. Got the seats out, car seats out, floor vacuum, so I got space to work. I spray detailed the seats so everything's nice and clean. So now I just need to figure out how exactly do we separate the middle flip section from these. As you can tell, these flip. I think it actually is supposed to stow all the way. I've never done it before. Here, you know, like I said, this video is going to be choppy. I'm going to play with it a little bit. Well, it's not going to do it for me. I want to figure out if I can flip these up and then come back to it. Let's step forward. It was this thing. I was trying to pull on this for whatever reason. Sorry, couldn't. I was trying to pull on that. I thought maybe that was it, but no, it's just these things are very back. So, seat flip forward. This cover popped off on the other side. It was a simpler cover. This one doesn't want to, and I feel like I'm going to break it. So we're going to go down to the step of getting a Phillips screwdriver, taking these two out, taking those two out, pulling those pieces off. Now I have a cover on this side here, but I'm missing one on the other side, so I'm going to have to get one of those. But reaching up under here, it doesn't feel like it's really anything spectacular connecting it. It might just be hook latched. So I think I'm going to get these covers off. Once we get those off, we'll figure out what hardware's underneath. So you can see here we got large bolts for the seatbelt holders. Not sure if that's going to have to necessarily come out or not, but I know on the other side here, you can see we got bracketry that comes down, so there should be a large bolt under here for this part of it, which actually, looking at it, we're going to have to leave that, so we're going to end up taking this Torx is what's going to come out. We're going to lift this carriage out. So that piece will have to come out, and then we'll figure out if it's this bolt or if there's something else, or if we're going to take that bolt out and take this whole latch mechanism out, disassemble it. We're going to figure that out here very quickly. And we get, like I said, we get my impact driver or the Phillips, and we're going to take these out. Like I thought, took the screws out on the bottom. This is plastic riveted together, so it's a good thing I decided to do that and not rip this out. Now, it is going to be tricky. You're going to have to give it some force because it's got these plastic tabs, and there's no good way to tell you how to release these other than just rip it apart. Try to do it when it's not cold and make the plastic a little less brittle and less likely to break. I got lucky, none of them broke. Not that I need it because I'm taking all this out, but in case we ever wanted to put it back together, I want to keep all my pieces good and intact. Now, I've realized something now that we've gotten to this point. Somebody had mentioned that there was some tricky modification in place. Well, there is. This is a permanent modification. There is no going back unless you buy another seat. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull ours out, and I'm going to get one from the junkyard to modify. Because I technically need to, in order to retain the function of the seatbelts, which is not an issue for us because we have car seats at the moment, but we will need the seatbelt buckles. What you have to do is take this and cut this off. Because you got one latch here, but your secondary latch is here. Not super important. I mean, yes, you want it latched in 2 points for the safety of the seat, but the big issue is the seat belt. Now, I may be able to build a mount for this, which actually, you know what, I might design, so that we don't have to keep cutting on these. I might actually try to come up and design a part, get it sent out for design and bend, so I can weld a latch to it, have it bent, because I don't need it built like this. I can have them 3D plasma cut me a flat plate with a bend, so that way I can put this in there, screw it down. I can somehow or another bend up one of these, and you guys can retain the function. I'm gonna have to design that. I'm gonna get to that shortly. Let me get the rest of this thing all the way out, and we'll get moving on the next part. Next step. So we got a 18mm socket for these. The extension you don't need for that one. The extension is advisable for this one here. See how it's against the seat? It also works against the one that's tight against the seat on the other side. I have air. Not everybody has air. Electric impact might work. Larger one. Or just use a hand wrench. It's just you might have to use a breaker bar on it, because I'm pretty sure these are going to be tight and probably have a little Loctite on them. So we're going to get those popped out and then see how it pops out of the front. This didn't clip in like I thought. So I pulled this all the way off. Don't really have to. You can see I broke it because I did. They just need to be popped loose on each side. You're going to want one of these tools. As you can see here, this piece is what we're after. Up under here. They covered this. You're going to pop these side wings loose, and you'll see these. Here comes the dang cat holding in these holes. You're going to use this to lift up underneath of here, and then you push it back down, and it should give you enough room to get up under here and pry these out. That's how I do them. That's how it works best for me. Instead of trying to fight to get up under this, it's easier to lift the whole thing and do that. And then you're going to take this tool and get up under here and lift it. You pry it up because you got to get it, this little lip on each side up over the bar that it's in. Pull it out, get it out of the way. Save it because you're probably going to want to put it back in. And then up under there, up under here, you're going to have to get way down in there, get a flashlight, make it easy on yourself. There's two 10mm we're going to take out, and then we should be able to get it out. So let me take those out and we'll be back. These straps are connected to there. You could do like I did. This is probably going to be hot. Drill out the rivet, pop these off, hold the strap while you're drilling, and it puts tension on it. Or honestly, you could just cut the stupid straps. It's up to you. So I'm trying to make it so that way I can always put this back together later. And then climb all up in here and give you this really crappy video of me fighting this thing free. There it is. See that? It's behind that seat, it's no longer connected. Voila. Now you can go ahead and do this yourself.